Yeah. Smooth like an 808. Bro, white people would do some really funny dances. How deep is your love?
This video.
In like the ocean.
I feel bad for him.
Do y'all remember when they would do this?
Oh my gosh, this.
Yeah, I did that the other day.
They randomly just doing the worm.
The nursing home, and it was a hit, man.
Oh my
It was a hit. She said,
I know y'all don't like this one.
They said, ooh, and they got up there with me. I said,
This was gonna slap. I learned this in private school.
Right.
they had dementia, but they was killing it. They knew that move. They knew that move. They jumped out there.
Remember that?
Yeah. Or they like this. They like when they do that, like pick up.
Oh, that sprinkler.
Oh yeah. I got one to hit the
And it's always
sprinkler.
that one random white boy that want to get down and do the worm, do that little.
It's just like
That's y'all go too.
I was like,
that's their party trick.
Or they be like,
They said I'm finna shut it down with this
right.
one.
Not a party trick.
Yep.
I don't care. I be feeling bad just because even if they dance good, I still
love
don't
when
want
they
to dance.
Really?
I be like, be in your white vibe. Do it.
As long as they're kids, I don't care. But if they're
Oh no, they be fully
adults,
grown.
if they're adults
I've
or
seen
teens
it with
and they
my
can
own
dance,
eyes.
I'll be like, you do. You can
I
I don't care.
I cheer them all on.
I sure do. Cause every time I see them in the club, I be like, go ahead, white man. And they be doing their whole dance.
It's like they
a 6-year-old.
releasing something.
Yes, like they just
Like,
do
give it
whatever their
up.
body want to do. Like it don't make no sense. It don't have no type of choreography. They just
They be throwing their shit around. I be like, just relax.
I'm like, bro, what song are you listening to? Because we're listening to this. I'm like, you must got headphones in.
You must have it. At the club.
He got his own playlist. He just needed more room to dance than he had in his apartment. So
She said, because we listening to this.
you dancing to the words, dance to the beat. Jumping all over the place.
Hey, that sound accurate. They
Like
probably
you five.
dancing to the words.
I think that's what they're doing.
We gonna solve it.
Dance to the words. I'm like, no wonder they be moving so fast to the words, because they be.
Oh my god.
Girl, don't let it be twisted.
It be hard as
So let me
They have no shorts right there.
Okay. Get your money, man. Like, go on. They're gonna be like, just stick to face part.
fist pump or something.
Right, just hit one of these. Get your Jersey Shore on.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
It don't take much to just two-step.
But I do like seeing them out there just letting
Doing
loose.
their own thing. I was
Just like you feel real safe right now.
right. I think it's beautiful that people just feel they stuff like that, but it's funny.
But I still like laugh at
It's
them.
beautiful that you feel good about yourself, but I'm gonna die laughing.
Oh man.
Your comfort is hilarious.
That's so funny, bro. That's good. Okay. She just scat.
It's a jazz episode. Everybody dying.
Oh my god. We need to get it together. This is so fun.
Hey, good neighbors. Welcome back to another episode of the Sistafriends podcast, where you are visiting your neighbors next door. My name is Tori.
I'm Bree.
I'm Jocelyn.
Delisa with the allergies.
Thanks, guys, again for tuning in. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to our YouTube page, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, guys. So we're back again on Friday. We Just came back from a home game.
Go Bows. Great game.
Played against Lancaster. Excuse me, and it was a good game.
Fantastic game.
Good game. I'm really anticipating the logos going on the way.
Oh yeah.
You think so?
We're doing great. We're doing great.
It might be another round.
Hey, that's fun. That's something to
Hey,
get
after you
excited
come in,
about.
get your car ready. You don't need another one.
But we had a good time. Should I have a decent Friday and a good week?
Yeah, let's touch
She
on the
slept.
week. She tried.
She tried.
What y'all week was like?
It was okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with okay too. I was ready for today.
Oh,
I just got a little tired.
I had a black woman experience though.
Oh, tell me that.
I already told you about that girl.
Go ahead, tell me about your experience.
So there's this lady I work with, right? She's a young white lady, right? She charging or whatever. The charge nurse make all the assignments for the patients. You kind of try to, even out the loads, right? She had gave me this kind of like heavy load or whatever. And one of the things she told me, because one of the ladies was already pissed off that, like whatever. And she came to me and she told me, well, I made a comment about like I knew this was gonna be like a rough night or whatever. Wasn't talking to her, talking out loud. Then she's like, what is it? And I told her like, my patient's whatever. She's like, well, I gave it to you because I knew you would put her in her place.
Why?
And I'm like,
I'm the sassy black.
that's what it felt like.
Come on, sassy
and then
black.
she had the audacity, and this ain't the first time she really said it to me, where she kind of came with me like that or whatever, because there was a patient like the week before that black lady, she was in pain because her gallbladder or whatever, so she was asking for pain medicine frequently, right? Then I come in there and she give me her, and she was like, I gave you her because I felt like I would get along, or it's something along those lines, right? And I'm just like, what the hell does that
you
mean?
just wanted to put the black person off on me because you didn't want no black people going off on you.
Right, and it's just like,
Because you can put them in their place.
when she said that to me, I was just like, put her in her place. You don't even know me.
Right.
So how do you know I'm just this,
Yeah, how you know I'm even that type of person to be like, you need to.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That just rubbed me the wrong way. I called my sister. I was like, man, I was calling Shana. I was like, and she told me I could put her in her place. Like, what that mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's part of my week. That was like,
yeah,
That made you
because it's not
adjust.
too right with me, but okay.
Right. My week was cool. It just feel like my sleep been trash. So I've been having a good day at work. Like work's been good, productive, fun, and all that stuff. But when I go home, I sleep maybe like 4 hours, and I be right back up in
4 hours?
I don't know what it is.
And
I
when
can
you
go-
wake up, you good?
No, I'm not good, but I can't go back to sleep. I can go to sleep at 9:30, 10, midnight. It don't matter. I'm up. And I'm
I can't
like,
do that.
I'm not trying to. I'm just like, dang. So no matter what, I've been going to sleep. I mean, I've been going to work sleepy. But I'm like, I'm having a good time. I'm just tired.
Oh, Lord.
How you gonna get back in the groove of that though? Is it because of your
I think
last
something just
job?
throwing me off. Cause I haven't had no problem sleeping like through the night in a minute. So I'm just like, I
So
don't
when
know.
did it start?
This week.
So this week alone?
Yeah, you know what? I think what threw me off was last week. Last week was just blah, 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 and then going into the birthday party, and then doing laundry, turn around, come right back to work. I didn't have like a downtime. It was just,
It was just
I was just sliding downhill into this week. So I think once I got to this week, I'm like, my body is still like, hey, let's go. I'm like, we good, bro. We good. We can sit down.
Get you some chamomile.
I do have chamomile tea.
Oh, so we got some.
I got some sleepy time. I got some Celestial tea. But
Bathing in that helps too.
But no, I'm good. I'm in good spirits.
She be in the bathtub.
I got my lavender Epsom salt. I be sleep.
I'm dying.
But yeah, niggas is just sleeping. I'm ready for tomorrow to be over so I can go to bed.
Yeah.
Cause I'm finna go to bed at like 8 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah, sleep and eat good. Get your
I've been eating real good this week. Shoot.
I need some tips though.
Girl.
Well, I've been doing better, but
Uh-huh.
before then, I wasn't doing good.
Girl, I had some. I had made that tomato soup, and then the next day, I I had made some blackened salmon, sweet potato, some fried green beans. That was good. And
It's like it's got nutmeg in it.
Nutmeg.
well, I didn't do it. I don't know what you tasted, but yeah. How's your week?
Week was solid. Last week was solid. I'm glad everything's kind of tapering off to where I don't have to commute back and forth to Tyler anymore.
I'm so happy for you.
Baby, that took a toll on your boy. So everything had been mellowing
You look
out.
more bouncier.
Amen.
I'm happy for you.
Amen.
Come on, bouncy.
So you don't have to go up there at
Sassy
all?
black and bouncy.
Oh,
Girl,
girl.
I went up there once or twice. That was it.
That's good.
And this is crazy as hell. I just learned how to use my PTO.
Because you always at work. That's what it is. She said, I don't never take off, so I don't never
Just
use it.
learned how to use it.
I bet you I know.
That means when it's
I bet
time to
you
go on a
use it
trip,
right
she
now.
got it.
Bless her.
Jesus is
So
mine.
New Orleans next
I was
month.
finna scold you, but I'm glad you figured that out.
Hey, to be honest, this is my first time ever having PTO in
Yeah,
Northern.
I've never had a job
wow.
with PTO, so I was like, I'm eligible for. I'm not eligible now because I just started. I'm like, dang, this is my first job that got PTO ever.
That's nice.
Come on now.
I'm
And
here for it.
benefits,
Okay.
And what?
like full benefits, they do life
Oh.
insurance, they do all types of stuff. So I'm like, I might stay with y'all,
Y'all take care
Yeah,
of me.
right.
right?
Yeah,
And they
so,
help you get a loan and all that stuff, like the car and all that.
yeah, they let you pay for it.
Well, okay.
They
Give
like
me-
clock in,
Yeah.
clock your ass in.
She'd be like, oh, you can pick up some shifts.
Right.
Well, I got a random quote for today, and it may not even go with what the topic is. The quote is...
Real quick, there's a disrespectful flying here, so if y'all see us randomly swinging, that's what it is.
I think it was just a moth.
I don't know what it is, but
Yeah, the moths just
It's
come
finna
running
get
up in here real quick.
But yeah, what you saying?
The quote, I quoted from another podcast, the Mallory Bros podcast, one of my other favorite podcasts.
She always talking about y'all.
Mallory Bros. The value is in the application.
Mm.
I don't know if they took that from a sermon or if they took that from a movie,
Tell
but
us
the
about
value is in the application. And you could apply that to simple stuff to the most deepest of deep stuff in life.
Hmm.
The value is in the application. Immediately when I heard that, I thought makeup. Then,
Mhm.
That's
Oh,
it.
I got you.
then I thought construction workers.
Mm.
Then I thought
Because
just
you could
life
be
in
using the
general.
most expensive stuff, but if you don't know what you're doing, or if you
Oh
just
yeah, you
have
can look all
it's
else.
gonna look like poop.
Right.
the value is in the application. So it's really how you apply
I
yourself.
like that.
Yeah.
Or the technique that you use.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. We should.
Not solidify, but in order to have a good product,
Yeah.
I mean, good outcome.
I like that.
I'm here for it.
Y'all ready to get into them
The
questions?
questions. What's today's topic?
We're gonna be talking about fear today, you guys. Don't worry, not
It
every
sounded like circle time. We'll be here.
everyone come in, get
Come
your
by,
pillows,
y'all.
get your blankets, find a comfy spot.
Get your grandpa.
But just a quick disclaimer: not every episode is gonna be so introspective and gut wrenching and emotions. We gonna do like a shoot the shit episode one day where we just talking about TV and stuff, but not right now.
Get ready for fear.
Right. When we get tired of crying and choking up, we'll do something else.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was, it was a sticker. I thought that was a piece of paper. I was
When
like,
I
what?
think fear, are y'all thinking like surface? Y'all think about
I think-
keep me away from.
I think it's just different levels
hold
of
me
fear.
from the hands, maybe.
I think it's just different levels of fear. So when I think fear, I think of like the superficial fear where it's like, child, I know that ain't a roach. So like, I'm scared to step into this new job.
Absolutely. Same.
So I think fear is all encompassing.
Fear equivalent to anxiety.
I think they go hand in hand. I don't think they're equivalent.
Yeah, me either.
What's the difference?
I think fear is more of like a
Because I don't feel like I don't think you have to be scared to be anxious.
yeah. Because I think anxiety is more of like a mental state, and fear is more of an emotion. If that makes sense. I can't hear no falsetto with my voice going. Is there something you were afraid of that still manifests itself today?
So,
Something that gives you fear. Something that causes you to feel fearful that you thought maybe it was over, or maybe you might not have like, or maybe have like moved past it, but it seems like
it keeps coming back up.
I have this weird thing with snakes. So I have a fear of snakes. Like, I mean, I think that's like a normal thing. But what happens is, like, anytime I'm about to make a major change in my life, the snakes come to me in a dream. And so anytime, like, I know I need to make a change, or I know I'm afraid in my waking life, I'm afraid, in my dream, snakes will come to me. And so I always know when I need to go for it, because the snakes will come. But I am terrified when I wake up sweating, all of that. But snakes are a thing for me.
Like that, but they're useful.
Oh yeah.
I have a snake tattoo, so I mean to you. She said,
Oh, wow.
Hey, when you said that, it makes me think I haven't had any vivid dreams like that, or like I haven't had dreams like that in a while. And usually my dreams will speak to me.
Yeah.
I went through like a whole like 2-3 month phase where like every dream I was having was like very specific, very poignant. Like, you know how some dreams like the faces kind of just pass, you don't remember. I could tell you everybody's face, what everybody said, what they were wearing, but like everything, like, and then they'll kind of just cut off, and then out of nowhere I'll have like, them dreams will just start getting real specific, and then I'm like, okay, let me remember that. What was that about? Who was that? Yeah.
So y'all still, just random, y'all still have dreams that y'all remember from your past?
I have a couple dreams that have
you know
never
how
left
some
me.
people be like, oh, after my dream is done, I don't remember.
I'll wake up
No,
and
most of the time I
immediately
think that's
forget.
me.
I be remembering. Because it's a
some
couple
of them.
dreams. It's a dream I had in like elementary school that I still remember it, because that shit shook me because it felt so real. As far as me, something that I fear that I feel like it keeps coming up. I hope it doesn't keep doing this, but trusting people, I have a very hard time just like leaning in, putting my eggs. You know how they say put all your eggs in one basket? I don't even want to put one egg in that mug.
Wow, yeah.
So I be feeling like I gotta tiptoe around certain people, or like be very selective of what I say. And I don't want to always just like reserve, because I mean, not everybody's out to get you, child. Like, just, it's hard to let that go.
I can agree with that.
Because trust is almost like the first step to love, in my opinion. Because once you give somebody that, like, you're basically handing yourself over to them in a sense, because you're like, okay, I'm letting you in on my emotions, I'm letting you in on my thought process, I'm letting you in on who I am as a person. And I just don't want you to step on that, because I don't take that lightly, because I don't entertain a whole lot of people. So I'm just like, you're gonna have to shed that in a minute, but I be scared, because I'm like, don't play with me, nobody. Whether it be friendship, romantic, business, I don't care. Like, don't.
So what are you afraid of happening if they break your trust? Then what?
Because I just don't like that feeling of being like, dang, I gave you all this energy, all this emotion, all this conversation back and forth, anything, and you kind of just like.
So it's just fear of disappointment or fear of heartbreak? Yeah,
or that disappointment. I think that's the word. Where it's just like, if you knew you was gonna act like that, why you let it go this far? Or why you pretend like we were gonna be friends, or we were gonna be? Yeah, I don't like that. Like, or people that seem like they have like a motive, but you just don't see it. I'm like, oh, you was only around me to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
I got it. But I'm just like, I'm like, dang, bro, we went out to eat. You was at my house, like stuff like that. Where I'm like, I don't take really any interactions lightly, because I'm like, as minuscule as it may be, like, these are our lives, and all of our lives are connected in some kind of way. So when you wasted people's time like that, it feels disrespectful almost, because it's like,
it is disrespectful.
Why did you do that? You could have just left me where I was at.
Right.
You could have just not did that. That's what.
I think all boils down to me just like losing control in any sense. So I feel like I try to avoid it at all costs. So like as stupid as it sounds, like I don't go to the gas station. Gas stations be like sketchy to me.
No,
so Sean
that's valid.
Sean be filling them up because I'm like I get real scared. Like I don't try to go to the grocery store that much. Like I'll do the pickup. I'll do the pickup because I'm just
go down. I'm not pumping no gas.
And I'll just stay in the house. Like I don't put myself in spaces. I feel like it's a way of trying to control what happens to me. Mm-hmm. So I don't put myself in those spaces. And even like what you're talking about, like I don't really like giving a lot of myself to people either because I feel like
they feed off of you sometimes.
Yeah, I can feel like I be feeling like energy that don't be, pure, don't be genuine. That's why, like, now that I'm older, like, I really only want to put myself in spaces that make me feel good. Yeah. And so I feel like out of a way to control that, I just only surround myself with people that make me feel good. But at some point, I feel like I don't give a lot of grace to people that maybe have hurt me in the past or whatever. I just be like, okay. And I be done.
Yeah. I take value in relationships that I have with people, no matter like the extent of it. So I just don't want it to be wasted. That's all.
Yeah.
Because, they tell you like, oh, you don't know how much time you got on this earth. So I'm like, I'm not trying to waste it with the bull. Like, if you don't mean me no good, keep it pushing, please.
Yeah.
Jay, I'll agree with you. Mine is in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
My fear is losing control too, but it's in a way of like suppressing any type of feelings or emotions that I may have.
Yeah.
That I don't want to expose, regardless if, it'll help or, I don't know, change things for the better.
Right.
I think often I live in paranoia of like, ooh, if something triggers me, I don't know how I'll respond. So, that's the only thing I can think of. So, peek back off you, Jay, is fear of losing control.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, because that makes sense to me, because that's like what I was saying, how I don't feel like have to tiptoe around people. I feel like it's like a control thing where I feel like I don't want to be like, I just said like one wrong sentence. I'm like, I shouldn't have never told them that. Or I wish they would have never known that about me because now they finna do something with it. I don't like giving people ammo to try to use it later.
To harm me or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm like, if I'm being vulnerable for you, don't try to put this in your pocket so you can throw it back in my face later. I don't do that. Because I don't share my emotions a lot. I don't share my feelings a lot.
Right, so for you to play with it.
Right.
It
so
just
if I'm mustering up the courage to open my mouth and be like, this is how I feel.
Don't reject that.
Take it. And hold it soft.
Hold it soft.
You better
I like that.
Soft.
Hold it soft.
Because I'm very...
I do want to comment off
I'm a thug, but I'm very emotional.
Because I felt the same way you did as far as... not necessarily thinking people are out to get you, but mama had to stop me in my tracks because I was going off. It was about a job situation, a few co-workers, and even a couple of supervisors where I felt like they were out to get me or just, I don't know.
Yeah.
And mom was like, Tori, don't be living in, don't be living in that light of thinking people are always out to get you because it's never the case. Never the case. She basically told me I'm not that important.
Right.
And sometimes I be having to tell myself that too. Like, bro, ain't nobody worried about you, Johnson. Nobody's worried. Everybody living their life. Nobody's worried about you.
When they go home and they clock out,
even if their motive isn't in the best interest for you, or
that's on them.
Yeah, that's on them.
That's their issue.
You continue to do.
Because once you reveal that to me, I know how to move accordingly from there, and whatever happens to you, that's what's gonna happen to you. And I've done washed my hands of you.
Yeah.
I like it. All right.
White paper.
How bad is your fear of the unknown? Oof.
Real bad.
Very bad. It's crippling sometimes. It's debilitating.
It's not for me.
It will stop me from doing anything. I'd be like,
I'll just stay in the bed.
I'd be like, unknown. Ooh.
No, I'm not afraid of the unknown.
Really?
No, I'm good where I'm at.
Just riding away.
Right, so you just find just floating there.
Right.
You like that. You like that. Okay.
I know where the store
You like
is.
the up and
I
down.
know where home is.
I may be a water sign, but I will not go with the flow. Tell me what's happening right now.
Yeah. I'm not tripping. Go with the flow.
I want to be like you.
I want to do that too.
I wasn't always like this. I wasn't. I was really trying to control every second or every little notion. Anything, any people. God bless you.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What happened?
I don't know.
She was triggered. It was the whole thing.
She woke me up.
She woke you up. She allergic to people waking up.
Yes, I am.
See, when I had opened my eyes that second time, some dust got in there.
And I know that was on you.
But sorry, this is the coughing episode too. We all up here
Dying.
But as far as like my fear of the unknown, is like I said, it's pretty hefty some days. Some days are worse than others. Not saying it just like ruins my whole my whole existence, but like I'll have them moments where I'm just like, what's
You said your whole existence.
what?
I don't know what that is either.
I don't even. Is that the air?
That's my air conditioner.
Okay.
It's working.
But
It's heavy.
You said it's crippling and it'll stop you. It'll stop you.
I'm saying it don't stop me all the time, but like I'll have those moments where I'm just like, what comes after this? What goes? What? You just be like, what's going on? Like you just have
You just
those
wanna
moments
know.
where you feel like you're not in control of your life. Like you feel like stuff is just like flying all over the place, just spinning. Right. Or you just like, dang, what's the word for it? Or like you have those moments where you're like, okay, I got these two avenues together, but this one keeps slipping. I grabbed that one, now this one falls. Like I don't have enough hands to hold all of it. So I'm like, dang, I feel like I'm just like, get it together. So I'm like, I think as far as like the unknown is just like wondering like, I think I'll equate that to like, what does my future look like? And I know I don't need to do that. I need to be more present. But I'll just be like, what are my everyday actions going to result in 10, 15 years from now? Like, what is my life going to look like when I'm grown? And like, what does that look like?
Yeah.
And I guess it's because I don't have an idea. Because I feel like a lot of stuff from like childhood up to, early adulthood, like a lot of your life is already written down as planned. You go to school, you graduate, get a job, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But then once you get in that groove, it's like, okay, what now? What do you want to do now? You want to keep doing this? You want to do something else? And it's just like, I don't know, bro.
I'm just here.
Right, like, let me pay some bills.
Well, maybe the reason why I don't have that fear is because I be asking God. I be talking.
But the thing is, I have conversations now. Let me say this. I do be talking to God, but it is not in the way that most people do. And a lot of times,
no etiquette.
yeah, I'm not saying there's supposed to be like a script or anything, but like, I think sometimes I talk to God through myself. So it seems like I'm talking to me, but I'm really not. Because I'll never be like, God, can you just, I'll be like,
You'll never?
huh? I mean, sometimes I'll be like, God, what's da-da-da? But I'll literally be talking out loud. Like, I'll just start talking and be like, so what's X, Y, and Z? Or why is this happening? I'll just start talking. I'm not going to like, dear God, X, Y, and Z. But
You just don't put dear God, but you really reaching him.
But a lot of times, I just feel like I'm talking to myself. But I guess I just never thought of it as me talking to God because I'm just venting. I'm just talking out loud. And I'll be by myself. So I'll just be like, give me some type of sign, some type of direction, some type of a note of what I'm supposed to be doing, or where, or like when I'm doing something. If that's correct, let me know that so I can keep doing that, and then I feel more grounded.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like I just be zero gravity, like I'm just out here, and I don't like. I think it's a control thing too. I don't like to have like everything under control, but like. I just don't like to wonder. I like to have an answer for everything.
You want to know that what you are doing
is
the right move.
Yes, exactly. Because I'm like, I can feel comfortable just willy-nilly every day, but I'm like, okay, does this make sense? Is this gonna benefit me later? Because I'm like, right now it's cool, but I'm like, is this gonna be okay later on? Like, am I gonna be okay later on?
Yeah.
I'll send one up for you.
I feel like God be dealing with me sometime with my control issues real bad. Because I'm the type of person, like, when I was living in Neck and was hoping to be in Tyler, or now I'm in Tyler hoping to have a house, like whatever, right? So I'm always, coming up with all these plans. When I was in Neck, I had like 5 years worth of budgeting on what was supposed to happen and the plan that it was supposed to happen. And then I get there, and then there's bumps after bumps in the road, and like and sometimes I really be having to sit down and be like, okay, God, like I get it.
Right, you didn't want me to do that.
Like like I feel like sometimes he be trying to tell me like you're like he's in control.
And let me drive the boat.
Yeah, because I think he be getting frustrated with me because I be trying to take the keys. Mm-hmm. I be like, this is what I'm planning to do, whatever.
You don't even have a license.
And I'm told, and me and Sean, I feel like we kind of experienced a lot of bumps together or whatever, and like we have looked back and been like, bro, if you didn't go through that, like we wouldn't even be here. Like we wouldn't even be, you wouldn't have found out that you like this, or you wouldn't have found out that. And so we'll look back on it, and so like I always know, like whatever, but like I struggle real bad with control.
Same.
I feel like control is an illusion. And I think
now you're talking.
Yeah, I honestly feel like I never seek to control anything really, except myself. Like I control my responses, and that's all I got. And I don't know if it's because of the way I've lived my life, but I'm so used to everything going wrong and smiling about it. So I think I'm 100%, and like even like working with people, of course I'm a social worker, I can make a plan with these people and 9 times out of 10 it ain't gonna go the way I planned it. Yeah. And so I'm so used to not being in control that I have learned that in the chaos,
used to rerouting.
Yeah. I'm so used to the chaos that I'm just like, oh, it's whatever is for me is going to happen regardless. Yeah. And in this moment, what can I do next? Yeah. Because anything outside of that, that's none of my concern. How this person cussed at me, how this happened, I'm just gonna do that one thing I can do.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get it done, and that's it. So I don't feel like I've ever lived like where I felt like I had control over my life. I've just always kind of been in submission, like whatever it is to be, it's gonna be. But I always know that nothing is happening to me. Everything is happening for me. It's going to help me to get to the next place. It's going to help me to do this. Yeah. And whatever is unknown, usually is something magical for me to learn in there. Usually something magical for me. There's always a nugget, something I can take with me, something that I can bless somebody else with. Right. And so the unknown is, I think it's one of my favorite places. It can be scary at times because I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Mm-hmm. No, majority, all the time. I never know what I'm doing. But it's just, it has allowed me to not be stagnant. Yeah. And that is like the hardest thing. It's one of the things I would hate to become is stagnant. I would hate for my life to be the same this year as it was last year. Like I want to always be growing because I watch. Yeah. Like, yeah, absolutely. So me and control, the unknown is something I embrace rather than like run from.
And I think that's what it is. It's the opposite for me. I operate in comfort a lot. So I'm like, if I feel like, if I find like a safe spot, I'm like, okay, I'm going to stick here.
It's nice.
It's away from the wind. It's away from the storm. We found a nice little cardboard box to sit under, and we're good. And then when the cardboard box falls through, because it's a damn cardboard box, you got to get out. You're like, I just got in there. Now I got to find a new box. And it's like, stop trying to get in a box. And girl, you got to walk through the storm. There's something on the other side. So I got to get better at, sifting through the crap, because it's, the storm, the rainbow at the end of the storm. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get better at waiting for the rainbow. Don't get me wrong. I've gotten a lot better than I used to be, but like sometimes I get stuck in that fear of not being comfortable, that fear of not knowing exactly what's coming next, because I did the whole thing like Jay, like, oh, I'm gonna do this and then this and then this, and then when all the stuff started falling through your fingers, you're like, okay, I didn't have a plan for if it didn't work.
I find it very interesting that y'all two have like the similar control, because growing up, y'all are more like the daredevils, the more outspoken, like
Yeah.
and so it is very interesting to
I
see
think there's
that.
comfort in knowing that you can do whatever
Yeah,
the hell
yeah.
you want to do,
Right,
but then
right,
when it's your time to actually decide, you're like,
Never mind.
I didn't know I had a choice.
Well, this house looks mighty good.
I usually, because I think it was like, they would tell me something like, this is what you're supposed to do. So I always had an opposing thing of like, no, I'm going to do this.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
nobody's
yeah.
opposing you. So now you just got to do,
Yeah,
you got to
figure
come
it
up
out.
with it yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I need somebody to tell me that I can't do it so then I can do
So I
it.
can pick what I want to do.
That's what I need. I need somebody to tell me I can't, so I'll just do it. I'm like, well, actually, now I'm really going to do it because you said no.
You made a good point though. Bree.
Somebody tell me I can't be a millionaire so I can do that.
The fact that you said we operate out of comfort, I've been that person for a long time, and probably the last couple of years kind of made me realize, okay, to where you don't dictate how this plays out, you just have to roll with it.
Right.
And more recently with that new position, having to commute back and forth to Tyler,
Yeah.
I'm talking about completely stressed because there were people at risk terribly, and I felt obligated to step in and want to take care of it all, especially as quick and as efficient as I could. And I just kept, I was frustrated with God. I'm like, dang, it's a new position. It's benefits me, but in this moment, I'm just like, this ain't it. I'm supposed to be cruising.
Right.
So put me in a bind.
You like, God, I did the work. Where's my reward? And it's like,
Right.
I got something else to show you.
What gave me peace was knowing that he put me there for a reason.
Right.
Yeah.
He put me there for a reason. And I just kept saying, God, you put me in for a reason. I'm frustrated about it, but you put me in for a reason.
Right.
Trying to tell you something you can't see yet, I guess.
And honestly, I don't think it had anything to do with me. It may have built character. I don't know what type of character it built in me. Maybe it'll be revealed later on. But
Yeah.
I think he just put me there because I wanted to help so bad.
Yeah. When is the last time you felt fear and how did you overcome it?
Shoo-doo-doo-doo.
Right.
Do-do.
Okay, I got a silly one. All right.
Oh,
Y'all know me.
Oh.
She was in the trash can again.
With some birds.
It's definitely with birds.
Oh
Y'all know Walmart, infamous
Oh, yeah.
big ass black birds.
Yeah.
I had
that's
brought
true.
with me.
Oh, that's why you overcame it.
Okay, you hear me?
If she was by herself, she'd be like, Bree, you at work?
no. She's like, I have to live at the Walmart because.
She go home and check on Run. Can you take a run? Because I'm stuck.
So, long story short, years ago I used to go to 104. I stopped going because the birds got ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I transferred over to.
Now, let me tell you why. What happened.
Listen, Linda.
This heifer was in Sam's. I was in Walmart. We didn't know. We
This
didn't know.
was prior to.
Yeah, what she talking about? She was in Sam's. I was in Walmart, but we didn't know we was both out. The birds was, I'll give you that, the birds was going crazy. I don't know. They was making like a cloud of birds. They were doing the most that day.
They said, we know she don't like this.
Right.
Let's jump
So I'm literally walking out of Walmart, about to get in my car, and Tori calls me. She was like, "Bro, where you at?" I was like, "Leaving Walmart." She was like, "For real?" She was like, "Bro, come get me, bro. These birds, they just." And I was like, "What?" She was like, "I'm at Sam's." She was like, "Bro, come get me. The birds, they all up by my car. I can't." I swing over to Sam's. I literally just slide over to Sam's. I get out the car. Meet her at the door. This nigga take off running on me. I said, what was the point of me helping you if you just gonna take off running?
Right there, that's how I did.
I was like, bro, what you doing? Why you running? This fool sprinting across the Sam's parking lot. And I was like, you didn't need me if you was just gonna run.
Everybody
So I'm
looking at her
walking-
like,
I'm walking behind her while she getting in the car, and them birds just pecking around her car and just trying to juke their ass. Like, they're birds. If they want to get you, they gonna get you. And so she got in the car, and she had like she couldn't pull off. She's like, they still here. I'm like, but you're in the car now. Drive off. She's like, they just on my car. I'm like,
There have been moments I was in the car and I said, nope. Nope.
And
Them
she
birds.
just- yeah.
Even though I was in the car, the bird, no. So,
She legit didn't want to come home one time because it was a big ass bird in the middle of the street. She's in the truck.
What's it
Drive,
called?
bro.
You know, the ones that eat the dead?
Vultures.
Vultures. Two big vultures. in the
This
middle
one we
of
lived
the
on
damn
Urban.
hill. I'm driving. I said, "Oh no,
Bro, this nigga hit the meanest reverse around the corner I've ever seen in my life. She whipped that truck around the corner backwards. She
Daddy
said,
was like,
every week I'm doing it. Bro, me and Daddy was standing in the driveway like, this nigga really whipped it. She said, screw. Back up the street, up into Judson Road backwards. We was like, we're literally like, Tori, just drive through them. She was like, because they gonna be on the car, and I just don't want them. She thinks they gonna fly through the glass. I don't know.
I don't want the visual. Long story short, with this one, I transferred over to Gilmer. Gilmer does not have any birds, so me and Brody went to the store real quick.
She had to vet it.
She called, "Do you have any birds up there?"
Kids prank calls, boy. I was legit. I was so serious.
Bruh,
So I'm thinking life is good because no birds are out here in the parking lot. Tell me why it's too big on the daggum car. I said, I already got Brian.
She doing this. It's probably like
She thought it was velociraptor.
she's like, "Oh, this big old bird."
It's two damn mockingbirds.
So I said, I got Brian and I'm gonna make it do. I said,
About to drop my nigga.
They probably thinking she stole a baby.
so I saw one on the driver's side, so I put us both on the passenger side, and that was it. Got in the car. No, I'm done. That's how
I ain't gonna drive. Y'all both sitting on the passenger side.
So we spent the
Tori
night.
drove home like this. Because she didn't want to move over.
she thought the bird was gonna open her door.
She's like, you don't know, birds be smart.
Shout out to Brian. He helped me overcome that fear.
Meanwhile, Brian is like, bitch, I can't do this every day.
She do this every week.
Every time we come here, she just take off running, and I
Oh, now I see the flaws. Whenever I go grocery shopping, I said, I'm finna be by myself.
I gotta put you first. It's wild out here.
I'd rather be you at somebody's house while I go get these.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm not going to the beach.
You need to do Walmart pickup.
Not if I have to sit in the parking lot, they might land on her car.
All you can do is open the truck.
At least she won't have to run.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
I feel like we need to go to the next question.
I don't even know the question.
When was the last time you felt fear, and how did you overcome it?
That's what that nigga said.
Let's reread the question, guys.
I don't even know if she overcame that. Well, she was in the car.
She got to the
And
car.
Brian
right?
was too.
She got in the car. And Brian made it too.
Gotcha.
She didn't drive my baby in the parking lot.
She said, so I had to get the passenger seat too.
We just got in on the same side. She said, I can't take a chance opening two doors. We opening one and we getting in.
They gonna get my baby.
I'm going on
She said, these vultures gonna scoop my baby up.
Because if I had a buggy full,
She would have wasted all them girls. She'd be like,
She'd be like, you can have them.
Y'all, somebody's got fed groceries. Right.
Be blessed. She said, this is what I was meant to do. Oh my God.
You can't be that scared when you leave your groceries. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
listen.
House full of groceries.
You better call me. You better not leave them damn groceries.
It'd be like this random lady gave me these groceries and ran off.
Like, I hope they're not stolen. So I'm gonna put them in the car.
I mean, she was sprinting. I found the receipt and everything. Oh, God, that's so funny.
Child.
So on a serious note.
When I quit my job, working food service,
Good, good.
that was the first. Well, no, that's not the first time that I peaked out on the job. That I wasn't like a 2 weeks. I kind of just reached my boiling point. It was at the top, and I boiled over. And I said, you know what? I'll take a pay cut for my peace of mind. I'll do it. Cause the way y'all acting, Y'all gonna have. But I was, baby. I tell you, I called Mama when I left.
Yeah.
And I got home and I was like, Mom, are you at home? Are you at work? And I was like, I am just beside myself right now. Cause one, they done pissed me off. Two, now I done stopped y'all done stopped my money. Three, I don't know where I'm finna work right now. But I had my savings together, so I was cool. Like I wouldn't, rent was gonna be paid for a while. I'm alright. But that whole thing of like not having something behind you or up under you to catch you.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh. So that fear was crushing me for a minute because I know I was talking to y'all on a regular basis like, I just don't know.
I've never heard from her this much.
Like for real, like I've never heard from her this much. I would just be like, bro, I don't know what I'm gonna do because I'd be updating them about job interviews, applications, and I would have gone like a job interview and I'd be like, I don't know about that. And then it would just be like the thing about the unknown and no control and all that stuff. And I was just like, and then I remember one day, Mama had asked me, she's like, have you heard back from so-and-so yet? And I was like, Mama, something told me to just be quiet. Something just one day was like, just hush, be quiet. Do your daily stuff, clean up, clean your kitchen, clean your bathroom, just keep going. 2 days later, hey, this is Brianna, you still want to come in for the blah, blah, blah? I was just like,
Actually, yes. I've been waiting on you.
right, literally. Meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, because money's running out, so I kind of got to go.
They'd be like, okay, ma'am, we can schedule you.
But yeah, I was doing a whole lot of worrying because I quit May 26th, I think. Yeah, I quit May 26th. So not knowing and not hearing anything all the way till like early July,
Yeah.
I was scared as hell.
That is scary.
It was a lot because I'm like, okay, rent is cool. Like I have enough money to feed myself, keep a roof over my head, keep the bills going. Like, but I was like, once July hits, once the end of July hits, I don't need something before the end of July, cause girl. So yeah, I was just going through it. Like I would just be like filling out applications, but then once it was over, like there's only so much you can do. You gotta wait on them. You gotta see what they're gonna say. So after I was doing that every day and then filling out applications, I would kind of just sit there like, I can't just wait. Like I need something now. Like this is like crushing me. And then I remember waking up one day and I said, I'm not gonna keep doing it like this. I'm not gonna keep, cause something's gonna happen. I have no choice. Something's gonna happen. I gotta make some shape, cause I'm gonna make some shape. It's like I told y'all before. I told my mama, allegedly, I would sell hard drugs before I moved back home.
Did she say allegedly?
I said allegedly. Listen, it'd be some haters out there. I'm not trying to go to court. I've never sold drugs in my life.
But you thought about it.
But listen, call me Young Jeezy the Snowman, okay? I was gonna be out here whipping that work.
That part.
Listen, you can figure it out. It's probably on YouTube somewhere. But yeah, and something in my spirit, something, call it God, call it divine act, whatever you want to call it. It was just like, just be quiet, sit down, be still. Stop talking about it. Stop asking for advice. Stop worrying about it. And just shut up. And I was like, okay. And I shut up.
You came through too.
And by the end of the week, I was on my second interview in person, and they were like, so would you rather start July 12th or the 25th? I said, the 12th, right now. I was like, do y'all need anything right now? Right. I was like, do y'all need anything right now? Like, anybody went to lunch yet? I could go right to
Give us a quick orientation.
I got like a company card because I'm broke, so I can't buy the lunch. I can just go get it.
That part.
Yeah. So just recently.
Period.
It was a poor attempt.
I think when I was in nursing school, like, cause my first semester, I had like failed my class or whatever, and so I had to go back and like retake whatever. So I had to go back for another round. If I messed up any other semesters after that, I was gone. Couldn't do it again. So, but I remember my first semester, like I was really like just suffering and just trying to figure everything out by myself. Like I was super prideful because it felt like everybody getting it, I'm not getting it. And so I don't want to tell nobody like, I'm stupid. but I'm dumb out here, right? And then towards the end, I started meeting people, black people, that was in the class, and man, it's like when we found each other, that was it.
I'm like, hold my hand.
You know, but we all ended up failing one class together, but we all got to retake the next semester together, and we pushed each other through the whole way, and it helped me, like, just as a person, like, it helped my character so much, because I realized, you know, you only hurting yourself if you don't, you know, speak up when you're struggling. It don't matter who say this, that, the third, whatever. That does not matter. And just, I realized, like, when I look back, I'm like, man, you did a lot of damage by just not saying, like, I don't know what I'm doing, because you didn't want to look a certain way. And so, man, I think that was my biggest fear, was literally opening up to people and allowing them to see me vulnerable. And I literally had to put myself in that space. And then when I started, you know, nursing or whatever, you know, I just, you know, I had an amazing preceptor, whatever, and I made sure I did not. Caught it. See? Anyway,
he to his own death.
But when I made sure I asked her all the questions. She was super patient, super whatever. But then when I had got, you know, like the charge nurse position, that self-doubt tried to creep in so bad. But I just wouldn't allow myself.
Feel like worthy or?
Oh yeah, all the time. Because I have to put my self-doubt in check throughout my life, I feel like, you know. So I really had to remind myself of, like, that, you know, that time in nursing school. I'm like, see, you know, it was uncomfortable, but when you uncomfortable, you grow. And so I was like, okay, you just feel uncomfortable right now, but last time you was uncomfortable, it was good. It turned out good. So I put myself in that space, and I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like it was beneficial for me in the end. So I guess just pushing myself to do the stuff I really don't be wanting to do. But I know that's good for me, you know?
Because I found a word in what you said, and when you were saying, you know, I caused myself a lot of pain by just not saying I need help.
Yes.
That, me hit message.
Right.
Because I don't know if this is like a younger thing, like younger sibling thing, or I don't know. I feel like that's like a family thing for us, because our family is very prideful, and we will just eat it and just figure it out without saying nothing a lot of times.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of times you waste time, you waste energy, you waste peace, you waste money by not saying, like, bro, I need help.
Pride.
This ain't working for me. I'm not doing okay.
Yeah.
And that I had to learn that too. Finding a job and having to be like, hey, can I just hold this until X, Y, and Z? And when I tell you, like, I would be like in tears asking mama for like $20 so I could put gas in my car. So I'm like, she's like, what is your problem? Like, what? She's like, you've gone 3 months with no job and I hadn't asked for money once.
Right.
I can give you some money to go get you something to eat and drive up the street. Like, what's the problem? I'm
Absolutely.
like, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
It be hitting so different when people would just be helping you.
Yeah.
I'd be like, huh,
like
me?
when Tori and Mama was at, I would just be like,
It's like, you don't have to do this alone.
I was like, yeah, and I'm like, dang, like, and it's not like I just didn't expect them to do it. Like, I was like, oh, this is just so unexpected. But you're just like, people really
be out here helping me.
People really be on your side. Like,
if I would just ask,
if you would just say
I could
something.
It's a different feeling. It's a different feeling.
And Mom used to tell me all the time when we was little. She's like, if you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no.
Right.
Yeah.
Closed mouths don't get fed. So if you need help, say something. It's easier said than done.
Absolutely.
If you somebody like me. Cause
It save you a lot of pain, though.
Yeah,
It sure
child, my leg could be chopped off, and I'm like, no, I can walk up the stairs by myself. I gotta, girl, you need help.
Well, hop on, girl. You gonna die trying to get there.
Right? You gonna fall? You gonna slip through that little crack in the stairs?
And then be mad.
Now you're back, bro, because you done fell back.
Yeah. Dog.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Quick. I had another word that had came to me while you were saying this.
Come on, word.
You were growing in the discomfort. I feel like a lot of times that it speaks to me as like a rebirth, because when babies come out of the womb, they're uncomfortable. They've been in there incubating,
chilling.
And when
They're like, well, I don't know what's
when
next.
they get out, they be like, bro, it's cold in here. These lights in my face. Who are
Who's
these
these
people?
people?
Somebody done gave me a shot in my foot. I'm looking at this lady that I heard her voice, but I ain't never seen her. Who was all these people looking at me taking pictures?
Who slapped my booty?
Right. What they do when they get up out of there, they grow, they learn. You see them flourish. Like it's a rebirth. Like you making a new you, basically.
Absolutely.
You breaking into your new start.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
That's good. That's
Still don't like the feeling.
Okay.
But you just gotta push through it.
good. Okay, last time I felt fear, I was going to my mama and daddy's house. When I tell you, when I drive over there, that sometimes folks don't like to use the stop signs, and I have the right of way. When I tell you they came this close to hitting my child, oh
She
my
was
God.
shooken.
I was like, I've had people back into me, like I'm watching them honking, like going to my parents' house. I don't know what it is about going to my parents' house, but I tell you, I said, oh my God, this can't be real. Like you really. You didn't see me?
Right.
Like, it was so, that, and I mean, I just called on the Lord, but I was grateful when I made it through and nothing was hit and nothing was crazy, but I was just like.
Because they don't be stopping at
They
the
don't
sign.
stop. They don't stop. And I was like. But it scared the mess out of me. Like, it's very rare that I can just feel it just like come over me. That's how I know if like something's a real big deal for me. If I feel it, if I don't feel it, I just be like, okay, I can get over that. It's not
right.
But when I'm like engulfed in it, that's when I know like, oh, I am really scared right now. Okay.
For real.
But I kid you not, if I don't feel it, I let it go real quick. Somebody can be doing something. If I don't feel it in my body, I won't even react. I just be all right, cool.
Yeah, I be feeling everything.
But
That's
that
the problem.
almost hit my baby.
It's a different.
I was ready. I didn't even have no gun in the car, but I was ready to shoot somebody. I was ready. You did not have to do that. But that was the last time I felt like fear.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, I would have turned into Samuel real
Tori would have went nuts.
That's
Cause she already don't like stupidity on the road.
You know, of course I gotta tread softly because people crazy.
Right. I used to have road rage bad. Real bad. I've gotten way better. You wasn't in the car for my worst road rage moment of my life, but I will not discuss that. It was pretty bad. I was ready to get my GTA on and pull this fool out the car. I'm like, let's go.
Not Grand Theft
You
Auto.
almost killed me, bro.
I was like, what's
raining.
GTA? Thank you, bro. Y'all know I don't let it for that.
What is a strange fear that you have? Oh, Lord.
I wrote that one.
I'm so
Okay, I'll tell you mine.
Yeah, tell me since you wrote it.
I'm super scared of driving on in like big cities, in highways.
Yeah.
Like I have a weird it's a very
Yeah,
strong.
driving anxiety.
Yeah, it's real
That's
bad.
not strange, though.
It's
That's
not
bad.
strange.
A lot of people cannot. Mama will not. Like, she barely be trying to drive to Tyler.
People be making me feel strange.
Yeah, because people like, oh, I drive to Dallas all the time. I drive to Houston all the time.
Well, F them, right?
Right. Right. No, it took me a minute to get over that. But,
That made me feel so seen.
but it took me a minute to get over that, but I kind of found like a groove, whatever. I think once
Really?
you do it so many times, you be like,
I be feeling.
especially if
I
you
be
know,
finna have a heart attack.
because it's like once you get on that straightaway, you just,
You be right here with it.
Tori and Mama be driving just like
I've
this.
gotten better, but
Yeah.
at night don't catch me, bro.
Oh no, at night, because I'm supposed to wear glasses.
Same.
Both of y'all supposed to wear glasses, y'all don't.
When I'm driving at night, for sure. But that's why I'm going nowhere. And if I do, it's like 10 minutes away.
She said that's why I don't leave at nighttime because they won't let me not wear my glasses.
Right. That's why I put my glasses on in my driver's license picture, because they will expect you to have them on. If you take your driver's license picture with glasses on, you're supposed to have them on.
Y'all know what else I'm afraid of that might be a little weird? Homeless people.
Why?
Because I feel like they don't have nothing to lose. And so every time, I'm so serious. Like every time like we parked or whatever, like I get like a little nervous. Y'all know when y'all see people on the side of the road with the signs, I be like, man, just don't look over
It's
here.
I don't think it'll be bad out here, but in Houston, it's really bad. Like, they will rob the hell out of you. Because when I was out there for training, some ladies got robbed while they was out at lunch.
You see what I'm saying? Because they wishing to
But
get
you can't
locked up. 'Cause
generalize
you get,
all the homeless folk.
well, I'm telling you, it's not nice, but.
I got robbed by a homeless man.
Did you really?
Yeah.
What was that?
Is someone took your laptop?
No.
So-
Was this at the show?
What he gonna do with it?
Yes. So you can sell that thing. You can get some money.
Right,
off
you
it.
finna get
Oh,
some.
I don't know why I'm thinking he trying to use it. I'm like, what you gonna look it up to? You don't have no Wi-Fi.
We was in Deep Ellum. We were in Deep Ellum. Went to go see the Todrick Hall concert, and I love Todrick. And parked the car. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, we get out the show. I come through, like we're coming back to the car. I was like, dang, that bag looked like mine. It was just out in the middle of the street, just stuff scattered everywhere. I said, that's my bag. Oh no. And then I never had my laptop again. Johnny had his wallet stolen, everything's completely gone. And I was like,
Yeah, they cleaned them out too. They took everything. They stole the lipstick, everything. They was gonna get everything.
my God.
See?
it's gone. And there was police out there, y'all.
Same thing in Houston. They had security because like the restaurant they went to was like in like a plaza, and they went back on the police went back on the camera and saw that the security people for the plaza was just sitting there. So he was like, "So you saw that man out there by that car, and you sat there and did nothing." Got it. Duly noted. You're probably gonna be fired, and probably gonna need
What you securing?
right. Probably gonna need to bring down to the station. Because at first he tried to lie to the ladies and say he didn't see nothing, and so when the police went back and looked at the footage, you can see the security guard sitting in the chair, like in the building, like in the corner, and just.
He said, I ain't gonna bother nobody.
Child, them ladies came back to class hot. They was like, girl, we just went up there and getting some $5 margaritas and some chips and queso and got robbed, and this man didn't do nothing. But something strange that I have a fear of, really big objects in the sky, like if I see like an airplane and it seems like it's like real close, or like if you be like by the airport and you see them planes take off and they be like right there.
You think it's gonna like fall on you or something?
I don't know. It just looked unnatural. Like, why is something that
That's
big able to be in
yeah.
the sky? And also, I don't remember where we were going, but we was going on some type of family trip somewhere. And I remember I had fell asleep in the back seat, and I woke up, and I swear to you, I seen the biggest American flag I've ever seen in my damn life. This shit took up the whole sky. I swear to God, bro. I woke up and I was like, why is it so big?
Those
like,
damn Republicans.
like they took every piece of fabric in the city and was like, we're gonna make this flag. When I tell you, I don't know where it was at, but that flag was huge and it creeped me out just the way it was just waving in the wind. Oh, why is it so big? Why is it so big? Another thing.
She said, and then.
Same word.
I used to say and then a whole bunch when I was little. That's how I tell a story. And then.
Like,
No, for real. All of my transitions were a comma and then.
yeah.
That's funny.
That's the first one I think of off rip. I don't know if there's anything like strange though. I think that just like really
The flag got it for me.
right. Or like even the same thing with the ocean, just like really large animals like whales, like that's crazy to me.
Like you can literally just
You could open your mouth and just
swallow me.
swallow a whole bus, bro. Like you big as hell. You could swallow a whole community of people. Just go 300 people gone.
Just good.
Cause you just big. Cause you just big. Like you won't even feel it. You just swallow.
I didn't mind
What was yours?
homeless people.
Okay.
Bro, okay, this is stupid. I think I know what did it because on what's it called, Magic School Bus, they said that a whale's veins could be like the thickness of like a bus, bro. Like what? How is that a vein, bro?
Just why you gotta turn it off.
But I like Magic School Bus, and I was just like,
Protect yourself.
Get off the bus.
what you mean y'all have
Rosa.
ventricles the size of like vehicles? What do you mean? So your bloodstream, I could drive my car through your bloodstream? Is that what
Maybe on the Magic School Bus.
I just could not.
What was yours?
I haven't gone yet.
Go ahead. I'm done.
Who's next?
I think I have like a weird, a strange fear of like having sleep paralysis and not being able to get out of it. Usually I'm able to get out
I
of
was
it.
say, have you had it before?
Oh, multiple, since I was a
I've
little
had it
kid.
before.
Since I was a little kid.
Does anything bring it on?
First, what is
Not that I know of.
Basically, where
Not
you
that I know of at
fall
all.
asleep,
But when
but you're aware, like you're awake, but you're asleep, but you can see things.
yeah, you can see it.
It's like
And your
And I
body's
can't
stuck.
move.
Yeah.
yeah,
move.
but you're laying down, like you can't get up, you can't move, but everything you're seeing, like you can feel it, you can experience it, but you can't move. That's only happened to me twice, and it was the scariest shit ever.
Yeah.
Multiple times
Wow.
since I was a little kid. But I'm grateful to like know at a young age to begin to pray, and I usually get released pretty quickly. But when I tell you I've had it for so many different times, but I don't know a thing that just sets it off. But one of my biggest fears is being in sleep paralysis and not getting out. Like I don't like
what
for
triggered that?
I have no
The
idea.
last time
You
it
sleep
happened
on
to
your
me-
back?
The last
all
time
the
it happened
time.
to me, I
Well,
was
you
on
was
my-
sleeping in your back
I was
and
sleeping on my back.
Well, that's because I had my headphones
Anytime
on. I was listening to
when I used to sleep on my back, I would get it. And then there was this one time, y'all. Well, no, that wasn't sleep paralysis. Never mind.
The first time I had it, I think I was 10, and I had woke up, and I could see like an animal like running across like the bedroom, but I'm freaked out because we ain't got no animals at this time, so I'm like,
I've
"Girl,
done
what
stuff
the-"
like that. It make it.
And I could feel myself trying to like get up and like run from it,
And
but
you
I'm
can't.
just like.
That's wild.
And then our bedroom door was my bedroom door was open, and like the light to the bathroom was on, and I could see like he ran in front of the light. He was in the dark. I was like, and I remember just coming out of it and just crying because I'm like,
It's scary.
and realizing there wasn't no dog or whatever it was in there. And then the second time, it was it last year? It was like right before I got COVID, and I was laying on my back, and I was like,
That'll do it.
I was getting into an argument with somebody, and then I could feel their hands like on my shoulders, like pressing me down, like because they was arguing with me, like you not finna get up, and I could feel them like pressing on me,
And then you
I could
kinda
feel like
halfway
the
wake
pressure
up.
on my chest, like trying to like choke me out or something, and I was like, and I woke up and I remember just grabbing my shirt like. And I just sat up there and I just sat in silence for like 20 minutes, and I was just like, just checking the room, like I'm okay.
Ain't do no 20 minutes.
Because that was the first time it happened to me.
In the name of Jesus. Because I
You
can't
really
speak.
do be having to
I can't
repeat-
speak.
Me either.
I cannot speak. But baby,
I be trying.
Jesus.
Yeah. I remember when my first time coming home from the semester, my first semester in college or whatever. That's when I had met Sean or whatever. I was in a bad space because I was away from him, and then it's just like they took up my highway, my love high. It just gone. And so anyway, I was really messed up like emotionally though, because like I don't know, it's just a thing. So then when I would sleep in my my daddy's little man cave, whatever, I would be sleeping or whatever, and I would hear like something like whispering at me, and I didn't know what it was, so I was trying to make it out. Like, what you think? You know,
Right.
I'm like, what is it? You know, and so because I'm real curious,
Now it's on
like
the demon.
I be scared, but I be curious. Like, what you want? You know. So anyway, so I'm listening, and a lot of times when I get like my anxiety, I be sitting in it, I be trying to ride in it until it cool down, you know. And so I can hear it or whatever, but like I could never make it out. But it was happening every night, and but I just feel like it wasn't nothing good for me because it came at a time where I was really messed up, like emotionally. And so anyway, so I started reading Samuel. I was reading Samuel. Like, and every time I read, you know, scripture or something before I went to bed, I never had it. And I was so confident in that. Like, I don't, and it was just like, I know that wasn't for me because how come every time I read this scripture, I don't go through it? So I know it ain't nobody just trying to talk to me.
It ain't the Lord trying to talk to me.
It was a weird situation, but I don't think it was paralysis or anything, but it did happen when I was drifting, like to sleep or whatever. But I didn't feel stuck or anything like that, but I definitely was. It was something. It was something. I was trying to understand, but
I still don't know what brought it on. Nothing. It just I don't know. They be trying to get you girls down, but you know what? It scared me. I think because sometimes when I get scared, I just be in shock, so I just don't say nothing. I just be like, and I just sat there because I think I was trying to
process.
When you sleep real good and then you wake up, you're like, okay, what day is it? What time is it? I was having one of them moments where I was like, okay,
what happened?
Like, I was
get
like,
this
okay,
sorted
you're
out.
in your room, you're awake now. There's nobody grabbing you. I was trying to rationalize. I'm like, okay, we coming back.
Right, because if you can rationalize it, it can bring you a little bit more peace.
I'm like, okay, you're breathing. Nobody's hands on your shoulders. The man ain't in here. I was like, okay. And I kind of just sat there and I was like, I'm going to watch some cartoons because,
let me get some good energy.
Right. I'm going to watch some Ed and Eddie. I don't know.
Yeah, something,
Yeah, that shit is not fun. I'm glad you ain't never felt that because it's scary.
Yeah, that ain't fun.
Because I can't imagine. I don't even
like, I literally felt the air just like pushing out of me. Like, it felt like somebody was like,
oof.
Damn.
I could feel the hands. Like, I could feel the, no, I'm cool.
I don't know what
and I'm like, eyes are open. My eyes are open. So that's why I'm like, bro, I know I'm awake, but I'm.
I would hate to have that at the hospital and they think you can't do nothing.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like, no, I'm here. You
pull the plug.
But I'm having sleeping paralysis.
I feel like that's what a lot of people that are at the end of their life because they say your hearing's the last thing to go. So anytime I have a patient that's going, if I have a patient, family member that's hearing, I was like, talk to her, because a lot of times they'll just stay and hover and look at the body. But I'm like, even though she might not be able to respond to you and do all this stuff, she might still be able to understand like what you're saying, or hearing your voice might bring a level of comfort. Because even with confused patients, when they really love, like, their loved ones or whatever, a lot of them will still be able to recognize, because I had a lady in my assisted living or whatever, she rolled around all the time. She never knew right from left, whatever. But and they had pictures of the veterans, and they had her husband up there. Every day she would stop in front of there and she would look at him, and she'd be like, that's a handsome man. Oh. It was the sweetest thing, but she never said it was her husband, right. But she was drawn to him in a way, and it was interesting.
Her spirit remembered the love.
She knows him. He's already gone,
Mm-hmm.
But she looked at him and she said, that's a handsome man.
Right there. Like, girl, come by and talk to me.
And I mean, and she got out of her wheelchair and looked at him. It was just real sweet.
That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. To even if you don't know who it is, you still feel the love.
You feel something drawn to that person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
so you never really lose it, but you just can't identify it, I guess.
Now, I had one other lady. Oh. She had her husband on there, and I said, who's that? She's like, I don't know. So, it ain't for everybody, but.
I'm like, ugly bastard.
I'm like, you probably did you dirty, girl.
Right.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what it is.
She's like, literally.
I wouldn't know a thing.
I said,
quickly. I'm afraid of strange fears. I'm afraid of being declared as musty in public. If I am musty, don't tell everybody.
Just whisper it to you.
Just had you some deodorant.
That's a very Tory thing to say.
Okay.
I'm afraid of big movie posters. And I'm afraid of...
she got all the strange ones.
And I'm afraid of...
See, my big flag thing ain't that bad.
No.
I'm afraid... Of course, the last one is a bird. I'm afraid that a wild turkey could pop out at any moment.
Bro, because that one time on Conroe, I don't know what kind of bird that was in the bush.
That wasn't big.
But what was that?
It was like a platypus.
I don't know what that was to this day. I was like a flamingo.
Not a platypus.
I don't know. But it was some big old bird.
It was big.
Yeah, to me it was.
It wasn't big to you?
It was small.
Dang. It's because she saw them big old birds at Walmart.
But no, it was some bird like stuck in the bush or whatever outside our room. You could just hear like struggling in there. We was like, what is that? What is that?
Yeah.
And I don't even remember how it got out. Did Daddy get it? Or we just let
She
it
said
out?
see a wild
Oh
take.
yeah. They called animal control and come scoop it out, but he was doing the most in there trying to make it. It was scaring me. How? Okay. How or in what ways does fear motivate you? Ooh. I don't think I'm motivated by fear. I don't think I'm motivated by fear because, like I said, it can be crippling. So if anything, I'll probably surrender to the fear for a little while, and then I realize it's not working, then I'll do something else. I don't know if that counts as motivation.
I think, in my mind, what motivates me is this emotion, this feeling is not going to last forever. It's not going to be for the rest of the day or for the rest of the year. So, whatever you're wanting to do, you can get to it. Just bypass it. Well, not necessarily bypass it, go through it.
I think it depends on what I'm scared of. Because if it's like the fear of like, you know, being uncomfortable, like I already kind of know like, okay, if I can just get through that emotion or whatever, it'll be better for me in the end. Like I've been through that. But just like, I guess it depends on what it is. Because I still will revert back to like, if it's not going to be beneficial to me, I don't really see a need in me even.
Or if I don't see how I can succeed in it, that's the thing that scares me. I don't like to fail. I don't like to fail.
Yeah.
If anything, fear don't. I'll fight through the fear and get it done, but it doesn't motivate me. If anything, I'm just like, well, like, thanks Will Smith for this, because I be thinking about this a lot. Because he's like, it's okay to be afraid, but he's like, it's okay to be scared, but do it scared.
Yeah.
Don't not do it. Do it scared.
Yeah.
It's okay. Just
do it scared.
Because I don't think I'm motivated by fear, but I'm gonna do it still. Like, sure, I might be folded up in the moment, I guess, but I'll put my big girl drawers on and I'll just do it, and I'll be like, because I'll like drag myself through and be like, oh, I'm a nervous wreck right now, but I'm gonna do it, I guess. And then after it's done, I'm like, your goofy ass is scared for nothing. Look at you.
Yeah, it's the fear of failure, rejection.
Oh, rejection.
Just
I'm motivated by results.
Inadequate, maybe.
Because once I do something,
like I'm not equipped.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I don't like feel like I don't have what it takes. But it's one of the things like once I see I get results from it, and I'm like, okay, I can do
it. Then I keep going.
Then I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna start smelling myself.
Yeah,
I'll go from there.
Yeah,
I think what motivates me about fear is I don't like to be bound by anything, and so what's weird is like I'm afraid of a lot of stuff, but I mask very well. So like if I'm afraid, nobody usually knows I'm afraid, but I always feel like I don't want to be crippled by this, and I don't want anything to stop me from whatever it is I really want to do. I have a fear of performance. I have a fear of social, like public speaking.
But you're like a social butterfly.
I'm terrified. I know that's what it appears, but I'm a complete introvert. Like I will go sit in my back room by myself and say absolutely not one word. But the thing is, like, I have, what motivates me about fear is like being bound is like the worst thing. Being bound and being stagnant. And so I know that I must overcome whatever I'm afraid of so that I can get to the other side of what it is that I want to do. And also, I think if I don't try it, I'll never get better. Because I have to fail. I have to fail. And I have to respect that failure is a part of success. And so I think I have a strong fear of failure because I think I've been groomed to always be good at everything. Or whenever I do something, I try to do my very, very best because I want to be seen to be like, I can do it. I can do this, you know. But I mean, I have so many failures, you know, and so I've just accepted that, but I just don't like to be bound, so that's why fear motivates me.
Gotcha.
I got top 3.
Okay. Ooh, top 3.
I love a good list.
Nice one.
Top 3 rappers, your favorite rappers.
Right now or of all time?
However you want to interpret it.
Yeah, whatever the top 3 feels like to you.
Rappers.
Okay. Okay, y'all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Right now, it's Meek Mill, Cardi, and Lotto.
Meek Mill.
Meek Mill took me for a little.
Right.
Oh, I love it. I love and honestly, like of all time, like or if I was to have a fourth one, DMX would be in there because
I do.
No, that's what I was about to talk.
I love the
DMX
way
is
people
fantastic.
make me feel when they yell at me
Yeah.
and get me.
I mean,
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's like
I just love how
Yeah.
passionate he is. Like, it
passion.
don't matter if he's talking
Yeah,
about
passion's what I meant to say.
It don't
When
matter
you
if he's
yell
talking
at me.
about, like, trials and tribulations. It don't matter if he's talking about gangster stuff. It don't matter if he's talking about his life.
Yeah.
He gon' X gon' give it to you. Shit.
I like that one. Okay. That Meek Mill threw me off. But
But and the reason why I couldn't put him in my three because I feel like I know more Meek Mill and Cardi and Lotto songs because they make me feel the same way. Like they get me.
Right.
They get the other parts of me,
I feel it.
and I just be feeling
That's why I
like
love music.
yeah, it be deep in me. Like y'all, I really be feeling like I could be a trapper
I am
in another world.
Okay.
But in my imagination, because y'all know I don't like getting in trouble.
Right, I'm like, you too paranoid to be trapped.
But it make me
You like,
live
"Is somebody
through
outside?
them.
Is that somebody at the door? Yeah, girl, you're at the trap.
Yeah, I
Of course
remember
they're
the
at the door.
Officer K.
Yeah. But when I get pumped, that's what I like to listen to.
Okay.
Okay, Meekers.
Meek Millet.
T.I. Drake.
See, I got my daddy birthday.
LOL.
Yeah. T.I. Will Smith, my daddy.
Oh.
They all three together. Okay, sorry.
T.I.
Drake and
Drake. Kanye. Go ahead.
Kanye. Okay.
Okay, mine's Kendrick, Kanye.
This girl finna say mystical.
Busta Rhymes.
Despite she is as a person,
Oh,
Nicki
please.
Minaj, just the music. Okay, we're talking about the music. I know she's. Trust me, I'll be the first to admit I was.
the music.
I'm a I'm a.
Now she got some bops. I can't hate on her bops.
One bop.
Girl, relax. I'm a
Really?
reformed barb, and I don't subscribe to the.
And we
barb.
were really trying to take off with this podcast.
Yeah.
They're coming now.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
For
Y'all are
us.
about to go to court, so you might want to relax. Some of them are getting sued right now, so they might want to hush. So yeah, it's gonna be Kendrick and Kanye and Nicki Minaj. Two very problematic people, but the music. You could go into a damn Walmart right now and be like, to somebody that's like age 30 and under, be like, do her monster verse right now.
I couldn't do
I
it.
wouldn't be able to do it.
Except, I'm a monster. That's all I could do.
I'm floored right now.
I'm like Jasmine. I ain't no laughing.
No.
So far, I had these bumps is laughing. No,
No.
that's Roman's revenge.
Good night.
See?
Which song did you like? Super bass?
Super bass. That's the only
I can see you like the super bass.
The monster verses pull up in a monster automobile youngster. What that bad bitch that came from the street.
Lanka.
Yeah, I'm in a Tonka. Let me not get copyright. Let me shut up. But yeah, those are mine. Oh my gosh.
She eating top ramen.
I mean, sure, now she's giving top ramen. Back then she was giving.
I can't get over her as a person right now.
I get it, because Kanye is despicable as well. But
Yeah.
late
Him too.
registration, college dropout.
Those are classics. I'm sorry.
I wasn't.
Nicki has no classics, bro.
The first album is a classic, but like I'm saying, to me her features stand out more than her solo projects. Well, it's my top three, not yours. So
Oh, let's get off her head.
Okay. So I have Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
Okay.
You do like Lauryn Hill.
I do. I absolutely love Lauryn Hill. Okay, I'm just going to give DMX number 2. Just a lot of energy. And then Kanye and College Dropout would be my number 3. I don't know why I felt that so hard, but I know all the words. All the words. I love all the skits.
it's a good story.
Yeah, absolutely. The creativity, like I just
Skits in between.
that's it. I love it. I love it all. So that's yeah.
Yeah, I remember you having that CD.
Yes,
I remember her having that
I wore that CD out.
That was a good time. His beginning era all the way up to I'll give him his first album all the way up to My Dark Twisted Fantasy.
It's some bops on the
Life of Pablo, it has some bops.
Life of Pablo.
But I'm saying, like, as far as like complete works, I'm not cherry picking through them first like 4 albums.
Listen,
but I'm gonna cherry pick through. I don't like every song on Life of Pablo. But you start off with his first album and go pretty much all the way up to My Dark Twisted Fantasy. You could just let that whole play.
Agreed.
But once you get to Life of Pablo, like skip. Okay, I like this one. Skip. Okay, skip. But then his so-called gospel, get out of here.
Minute.
Get out of here.
I don't know about that gospel album. Me and Sam, we used to rock heavy to that.
I just can't get with him playing around.
Do y'all think he's a musical genius?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
He's super creative. Like he made that whole like weird black boy rap thing go on with the backpack and the shades and I'm not a gangster. He was like the first like not gangster rapper I ever saw because a lot of them was like I'm shooting, I'm killing, I'm selling drugs. He was
He's
like
nah.
Nah.
My mama was educated.
Right. He was like
doing a whole 50 Cent.
That's why he did the whole like school thing because he was like even though I didn't go to school like this is my literally like my freshman my sophomore year like you got to watch me graduate into being that nigga but he not really that nigga right now. But yeah, like she said, thank y'all so much for tuning into another episode of Sistafriends podcast. Thank y'all for driving on through the neighborhood. Tell us how y'all week was, tell us how, y'all Monday through Friday was going. Did you sleep good? What did you eat for dinner? What's your strange fear? Because I know I'm not the only one that's scared of like big stuff. I know I'm not the only one that's scared of it.
Y'all childish.
I'm not the only one that's scared of planes. Yeah, if y'all got any suggestions of stuff y'all want to see, maybe something we didn't talk about, they'd be like, oh, this is a question y'all didn't, go through on fear and stuff like that. Put it down in the comments. We might chop it up the next time. I don't know. Can't guarantee it. Also, if y'all see some snacks or something y'all want us to try on TikTok,
Ooh, that's a good one.
let me know. Because I be in the stove.
Let me know because I'll be in the stove.
So I might got time to pick it up. Bars. I was dropping bars in the football game. I said, okay. It was a hot 1 bar. Yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time. Have a good night.
Bye.